place so that when they adjust this nut, it produces a sagittal expansion, thereby creating space and the crowding interior. At that time, this was very high-tech. Okay? So it expands sagittally only. This appliance was developed in the early 1900s, but did you know, even as late as the 1980s, you can still order this in some orthodontic catalogs in the US. Even as late as 1980s. Maybe because of the intermittent force that it creates, or maybe because of the simplicity of design, or maybe siguro inala ko na lang, buhay pa yung mga class 3 ni as late as the 1980s, still practicing orthodontics. Okay? Then he modified this. No? Next, he developed yung pin and tube appliance. Here, he began placing bands on tube with vertical tubes. Then he constructed arch wires with soldered pins that are inserted in these tubes. You know yung bag, di ba? May mga tubes dyan. So the arch wire with vertical tubes are inserted here. Now, tooth movement was achieved by bending this wire. By altering the position or the degree of the bend, they achieved the tooth movement. Okay? There was a rumor at that time that Engel and only one of his students was able to master this kind of technique because it is a very difficult technique. Okay? Then, next he developed yung ribbon arch. Here, he began modifying vertical tubes on each tooth to provide a vertically positioned rectangular slot behind the tooth. Then, he made a 10 by 20 gold arch wire as his main arch wire. Okay? This appliance was an instant success. Why? Because it provided yung sufficient springy characteristics needed to align yung mga malpost teeth. Okay? However, it has a major weakness. It gave relatively poor control of the roots, so it's hard to torque yung roots dito sa appliance ito. So again, he modified this appliance and he developed this. This is the edgewise technique. Okay? Here, he began placing bands on teeth again, and yung brackets are facing labially with a slot size of 022 by 028. Then a rectangular wire of 022 by 028 is inserted into this slot. Now, the unique feature of a rectangular slot inserted into a rectangular, the unique feature of rectangular wire inserted into a slot enabled Engel control of the tooth in 3 planes of space, mainly vertical, transverse, and sagittal. Now he can control the tooth. He can extrude, he can intrude, labially procline, visually move it, or distally. So in short, nakokontrolan niya even the roots. Okay? Then he began talking about ideal arch wires that incorporate certain bends, like the first order bend, second order bend, and third order bend. Okay? Now the first order bend is anybody knows this first order bend? Anybody? Can I know who among you are already practicing orthodontics po? Can I know? Lahat po? Oh. Okay. So what is the first order bend? I'm giving prizes, okay? So what's the first order bend? To those who are already practicing orthodontics, what's the first order bend? Anybody po? This is a giveaway. It's very simple. You can see in the illustration, that's the first order bend. What's the definition ng first order bend? Okay. Any brave soul there who wants to try? Okay, so silip na. So it is a bend that is ayaw nyo Ayaw nyo, pwede itong pambenta pa. Ayaw. So the first order bend is the in and out bend. It's a compensating bend that is placed do so what, no? It moves the lateral more lingual than the rest of the anterior teeth. Now this is good, no? Sometimes, no, a patient will come to you, they like their laterals to be more lingually displaced. Kaya yung sumakay agang mulak, di ba, medyo nakapasok yung lateral na. Now this is very effective. You make this in and out bend. Simple lang yan. Now, 1 millimeter lang yan. Minsan, it's only 0.5 of a millimeter. So you make that bend. Ganun. Yan. So that's very simple. So that is called a lateral inset. Next is your canine offset. So the canine offset is this bend. Okay? It makes the canine more prominent. Okay? So if your patient wants their canine to be more seen, you make this bend. Okay? Minsan pantay lang yan. Then you make this out bend to sa canine. Okay? So it makes the canine more prominent. Then the patient will come to you, I like my molars to be seen, to be more prominent. I like the smile of Julia Roberts. Okay? So you make this bend, the molar offset. You place this bend, like this one, but it's in the mesial of the molar tube. Okay? Okay? Do you get spot? Get spot? Okay? Then he talk again about yung second order bend. It is the lightning bend, this one. Okay? That is second order bend. Now, it is used to correct yung distal inclination ng tooth. No? Now, this is very effective when you have a distal inclined teeth like this. No? What will you do? Let's say you made a wrong bracket placement in the angulation. What will you do? Try po. Anybody? What will you do? If you wrongly place yung bracket nyo and it causes distal tipping or mesial tipping, what will you do? In your cases, or you reposition your bracket. Very good. Sana estudyante ko. Oh, ito naka-answer eh. So, tama naman po yun, yung reposition, no? You remove the bracket. But the problem with that is that sometimes, so most of the time, you damage your enamel. When you debond your bracket, a part of the enamel goes with the cement. Then you will abrade it with not finishing burr, but carbide burr. Very good. Carbide, not finishing burr, kasi mauubos yung enamel. Carbide burr, mura lang po yun. Okay? Now, if you know this bend, no, you don't need to debond yung bracket. You don't need to remove that. No? You just make this bend. You know, it's a lighting bend. When you insert that there, it will automatically upright this teeth. Okay? So that is called yung second order bending. Okay? Then, other examples is yung molar tip back. Okay? Molar tip back are placed doon sa molar. Okay? It prepares the molar for anchorage. Okay? To those who are already practicing yung standard edgewise, meron dito, straight wire. Straight wire. O kala ko pa ang dami na po to. Ayun, straight wire. You know molar tip back? You place that in your bends. Molar tip back. So, what's the purpose ng molar tip back? Molar tip back. Molar tip back is used to reinforce your anchorage, to strengthen your anchorage. Well, let me explain, no? Kaya alam mo lang ano, no? Imagine this is the root of the tooth. of the molar. No? When you place your molar tip back, it's like this. It's like this. Let's say this is the buccal aspect ng molar. When you place that, it tips. Now, the main purpose of that is not to upright when it comes to molar, but to prepare your molar for anchorage. It means you prepare it so that it will not move meshily when you're trying to pull the anteriors, especially sa mga severe overjet. Okay? Kasi if you're just going to retract yung mga severe overjet, no, yung mga anteriors, without those bends, without this, you will lose your anchorage. That's for sure. Sigurado yun. 100% yan. Now, another example is yung anchorage bends. This is popular doon sa mga already practicing Messias technique, yung mga straight edge practitioner. No? Anchor bends. Parehas lang ho yan. The same yan. Pero yung name, magkaiba lang. This is used to prepare your anchorage. Okay? To strengthen it. Okay? But to resist forward movement. Okay? Now, this is yung labiolingual torquing. This is a third order bend. It moves the root labiopalatally. Okay? Okay? It's called root torquing. Now, you do this by placing twist on the wire. So, you twist the wire, okay, like this. Okay? You move the roots palatally. This is especially good in cases wherein you have a negative overjet. No, and it's my case ng mga anterior crossbite. And you've been treating this patient for 1 year now and still negative overjet pa rin. So what you will do is you twist the wire. It moves the crowns labially and the roots distally. Okay? So nagaganyan yan. Okay? Okay? Sometimes it will achieve a positive overjet. Gets? Okay, don't worry. Don't worry, ma-encounter nyo ulit siya. Okay? Okay. Now, this is a case done with standard edgewise technique. Here, precise finishing is possible and there is good control of tooth movement. Okay? Like that. We have a midline on, we have a canine class 1 and molar class 1. Okay? So, precise finishing is possible with this kind of technique. Okay? But there are disadvantages, like making these bends takes lots of time. It is too time consuming. Pero maganda tong technique na to. Ito ginagamit namin sa school. Pero if you have lots of patients lined up sa clinic ninyo and you will make yung mga first order, second order bends, third order bends, you will place all torque, may inip po yung pasyente ninyo. Okay? So, and it usually needs extraoral anchorages like in severe overjet. No? Gaya ng mga conventional bracket system. No? You're just going to retract yung anteriors ninyo without no extraoral anchorage. What will happen? You will lose anchorage. So, it is important for this technique and also yung straight wire technique to use yung extra or anchorages like yung head gear. Okay, intraoral like yung TPA, transpaltal arches, yung mga lip bumper, mga lingual holding arch, screws, then implant screws, you need to use that. Okay? Next. Okay. So this is Dr. Andrews and he is the father of pre-adjusted appliance. And it is interesting to review his contributions. In 1972, he introduced the straight wire technique, okay? And it included yung traditional Siamese features ng brackets, okay? Like yung mga double tie rings, okay? Then he promised the orthodontic world that there will be less wire binding when he introduced this at that time. But as you can see, you still need to make lots of bends like this. This is a straight wire. Okay? Now, what is the purpose of these bends? Anybody? Would anyone like to answer? What is the purpose of those bends? Why do you need to make those bends? Why? Two reasons. Two reasons. To close space. The other reason, kasama na po din closing the spaces. Kasi kung wala pong electric, wala na po ano yun. Yung minor spaces na close niyan. The other reason, to those already practicing orthodontics, louder please. Okay, sorry po. What's the other reason? Napakadali niyan. Sorry. So, sirit na, no? To make the wire more flexible. Kasi, the more bigger yung loop nyo, it creates flexibility or springiness dun sa wire. Now, what would be yung significance nito? No? So, syempre, pagka light ang force, no, mas safer yung mga ugat niyan. Less risk ng wound resorption. Okay? So, you make bends to make it more flexible. Kasi, yung straight wire and standard edgewise, it produces heavy forces lagi. Laging heavy yan. Tatandaan yan. Bodily movement na kaya lagi. So, you make bends like this. Okay? Also, these bends. Okay? To make it more lighter. To produce continuous light forces. Okay? It's easy. No? Madali lang gumawa niya. T-loop. Okay? Then, it continually use yung edgewise forces like yung heavy forces, no? Which increases the risk ng root desorption. Okay? Then, it included no special anchoring measures like yung second order bends, like yung molar tip back, no? Hindi na ginagawa doon sa straight wire, pero dapat kailangan yun to strengthen your anchorage nyo. Maybe Dr. Andrews didn't include this or didn't make any special anchorage measure, maybe because he already incorporated the effect of this second order bends dun sa design of ng mga molars. No? Meron ng mga prescription yan. Okay? Pero hindi yun sapat. It is not enough. Okay? Then he talk about yung wagon wheel and roller coaster effect. Okay? Anybody? To those already practicing straight wire, what's the wagon wheel or roller coaster effect? Bato na lapit. Anybody who knows yung roller coaster effect? Roller coaster effect. Ma'am, nagpa-practice po kayo ng ortho. Anybody who knows yung roller coaster? Doon sa mga nagpa-practice ng ortho. Okay, so roller coaster effect, I will describe it to you. Roller coaster. Imagine this. So, imagine this is the rail ng roller coaster. It's like that, oh. Pag ganyan-ganyan siya. There's too much deflection of wire. Okay? And this is because of the tip that was built in or designed dun sa slot ng mga brackets. Okay? It causes side effects. Causes unwanted forces. It causes the wire, so that the wire to deflect. So that when you engage that wire dun sa slot, it causes a downward deflection ng wire like that, and it causes the wire on the posterior to go up like that, okay? Causing lateral open bind. Okay? Now, on the anterior, okay, it's so down there, when you try to engage that, dun sa bracket slot ng mga anteriors, what will happen? The anteriors will follow the deflection of wire, causing more overbind. Okay? And that is yung some of the side effects. Now, if you do not know how to handle or manage these side effects, your cases, like yung mga light overbite ninyo, will become moderate overbite. Yung mga merong moderate overbite will worsen into a severe overbite, and this is because of the side effects that are created nung tip, nung prescription ng conventional bracket system. Okay? Yes? Okay? Now, I took this illustration from one of the straight wire books. No, it's titled Pre-Adjusted Appliance. Now the author is Dr. McLaughlin. Now he is the developer ng MBT prescription. You know MBT? MBT, alam niyo yan, MBT. Metal bracket. Very good. Very good. So, McLaughlin Bennett revisit. That is a different kind of straight wire prescription. Okay? Okay lang yun, ma'am. Okay lang po yun. No problem. Okay lang yun. Now, in his book, he mentioned that because of the tip that was designed to sa bracket slot, it causes deflection to wire. Okay? So, the anterior, there is clockwise rotation, causing more overbite, causing extrusion, causing dumping ng anteriors. Okay? Yes? That is because ng mga tip that was designed sa bracket slot. On the posterior, there is lateral open bite. Ito sinabi ni McLaughlin, hindi ko sinabi ito. Sinishare ko lang sa inyo ito. Okay? Now, there are ways of dealing with these side effects. You need, siyempre, instructions dyan, madali naman yan pagka alam yung paraan. Okay? Now, look at the pattern. Lateral open bite, the wires deflected there on the anterior of deep bite. Okay? So you can see the pattern, and this is according to McLaughlin, okay, the developer ng MBT. Okay? Now this is a case. This is one of my friend's case. Here, let's try to examine. So a conventional bracket system was used here. Here you can see there is deflection of the upper, this posterior. Look at the wire. Now, if we will continue the trajectory of this wire, it will go like this, causing more overbite. Okay? Here, one of the ways they use to counteract the side effects created with anterior is that they make a step-up bend like that. So, here you can see the anterior wire is much higher than this wire here, the posterior area. But, kahit na ganyan yan, it is not enough to counteract, to cancel out this side effect. Okay? Look, this patient has been under orthodontic management for 1.5 years. Okay? Do you know how I know? Tingnan, a premolar is missing. The extraction space is almost closed. Wala na extraction space, and yet there is still overbite. You cannot see the lower incisors. Okay, look at the lower. There is deflection also of the wire. Okay, this friend of mine was not able to address this side effect forces. Okay. Now, I have a question. This is a very easy question. Okay. You can see the wire there is deflected. It's going up. This one, it's not straight, it's going down, more gingivally. There should be a lateral open bite here. Diba? Logically speaking, if you will follow the deflection of the wire, there should be an open bite here. Now, my question is, why is there no open bite? Why is there no open bite? Look at the deflection of the wire. Why is there no open bite? Napakadali niya. Mga estudyante na kaya sagutin niyo. You would like to try. Why is there no lateral open bite there? You can see the deflection of the wire of baluktot. Okay? Anyone who likes to try answering? To those who are already practicing orthodontics, try. You try kasi you might encounter this case in your practice. So you will be able to address this. Why is there no open bite? Class? Okay, Siri. Okay, ito ang sagot dyan. My friend, no, place this one more gingivally. So it extruded yung premolar. Look at this, oh, it's so near. It's so near gingival. It caused extrusion of the premolar, thereby masking or camouflaging the open bite. But if that bracket was placed at the correct height, there will be an open bite there. Kasi yun ang wire mo, oh. Okay. Okay, class. Okay, sorry. Okay, now, in order for me to address all those side effects, I make lots of bends. Lots of bends. Look at this. With the lots of bends, we see a more straight wire. Okay. Look at that on top. There is deflection again. Even I have to manage itong mga side effects ito. I really had a hard time managing yung mga side effects. There, no? So you need to make lots of bends. Okay? Okay? Pero, kaya sabi ko, no, matagal gawin yan. Nauubos sa bawat isa niyan, nayayamot ang pasyente, naiinip. Gusto na umalis. Tapos ikaw, nape-pressure ka nakakagawa niyan. Dami niya, no? So, it's too time-consuming. Okay? Now, because of these difficulties that were encountered ng mga ibang practitioners who does not know how to handle po yung side effects, they developed this bracket system. Okay? Here, they combined yung advantage ng tip edge and yung straight wire. They came up with this simplified straight wire. This was developed by Dr. Esias at 90s, and it was introduced in the Philippines year 2010. Okay? Here you can notice there are colorful jigs there. Okay? Now, these brackets, no, has repositioning jigs like that. No? Now, the purpose of these repositioning jigs is that it helps the dentist determine yung center ng crown. Kasi without this, it's really hard to determine, to locate, to estimate yung center ng crown. With these jigs, it's very easy. Okay? Yes? Okay? Now, frontal view. No? Here you can see colorful jigs yan. May yellow, blue, green. Now, these colored jigs here has yung mga designated mga height niya, bracket height. Now, like this yellow here, no, 4.5 millimeter bracket niya. Then yung blue is 3.5. Now, it's easy to determine yung bracket height, no? Once you just let this horizontal part ng jig touches yung mga isosceles part na yan, then you can be sure na you achieve yung correct bracket height. Okay? Then the vertical part naman ng the positioning jigs, it helps the dentist visualize yung long axis ng tooth. Okay? To those who are already practicing orthodontics now, you know, no, before you can place a bracket, no, you need to check if the long axis of the brackets is the same with the long axis of the tooth. Di ba? Napakahirap niyan. Then after that, lagay nyo ganyan, then you get your bone gauge, di ba? Then you measure, you check the long axis, then look at it closely, then you check the center. It takes time, di ba? But with this, you just adjust yung long axis yan by just tapping this with the explorer. Napakadali. Okay? Tapos hindi nyo pwedeng mix yan, no? Tapos i-check ulit yung bracket height, matagal yan. Diba? Sometimes it would take you 2 sittings, usually, diba? To place yung brackets. Diba? Minsan 1 hour. But if you're going to use this appliance with the jigs, it will only take you mga 10 minutes. Mabilis lang yan. Okay? Now, one thing I like about yung bracket is this, no? Like this one. Imagine this is tip distal. Okay? Now, if you're going to place a non-straight edge bracket here, what will be the deflection of the wire. Okay? If you place a non-straight edge bracket, it will cause the wire to deflect like this, to go down on the tier and on the lateral to go up. Okay? But since this is a straight edge bracket, here you can see, even if this tooth is tilted like this, there is no deflection in the wire. Okay? Okay? It's still straight. Now, ano importance ito? Okay? Now, if you're going to use a non-straight edge bracket, yung mga conventional bracket system, it will cause deflection. It will cause unwanted forces dun sa neighboring teeth, like the mesial and distal. It will cause damping, tapos lateral oval bite. Okay? Now, if that happens, you're already not treating only yung original malocclusion, hindi lang yung dating malocclusion, but you're already treating yung side effects. So, doble na yung tinitreat ninyo. Mas matagal na ang proseso ng pagkagamot ninyo. Kasi dalawa na tinitreat yung side effects at yung original malocclusion. But if you use this kind of bracket, here there will be no side effects created. Dire-diretso lang yan. Now, uprighting this to this position, or this inclination is easy. You just place a sidewinder spring. Okay? You know this, to those already practicing tip edge. Diba? Alam nyo to? Tip edge. Okay? Ito yun. Now, this is a uprighting spring. You just insert that doon sa vertical slot ng straight edge bracket. Now, you engage this, activate this. It's like this clinically. You place legal ties to prevent your dislodgement. Then when you activate this, it will move the root away from yung hook. Automatic yan. It does not cause any unwanted forces to sa mga neighboring teeth. Okay? You just engage that. Okay? I have an illustration here. Imagine this. This is the long axis of the tooth. Then, you want this to move distally. Okay? So, you insert a spring there. You engage the hook. You activate. Then, wait. 3 months. Okay? Let's say 3 months. Automatic yan. It will tip distally yung long axis of the root. Okay? It's so simple. Okay? You just apply that. No? You don't need to make complex bends. Okay? It's so simple. Okay? Madali lang po yan. You just buy this from Pilted. Marami yan. Okay? Okay. So, it moves the tooth distally while the crowns spatially. Okay? Okay? Simple lang yan. I-insert nyo lang ganyan yan. Engage. Wait. 3 months. Tapos. Okay? Okay. Now, these are rotation springs. Okay? You know this. Rotation springs. Anybody? Rotation springs. Okay. So, rotation springs are placed to sa mga rotated premolar. Okay, ganito yan. If you have a rotated premolar, how would you treat it? How would you treat it? What are the ways of...
I-chain, pwede insert it doon sa mga yung bracket, insert it and then you insert it doon, papunta doon sa area kasama siya ikot. And baba, papunta siya sa distal. So, yung isang i-chain na insert doon sa bracket ng premolar, tapos yung isa sa lingual ng molar. Para umikot siya pa distal.
Acceptable. Pwede na. Other ways, do you have any answer? Okay. Okay. So, para din na matagal, no? So, one way is, hindi po yun. Then, another way is you place a lingual button at the lingual ng premolar. Then, you engage a e-chain. But the problem with this is that it hurts. It injures yung lateral side ng tongue. Then, the patient will complain to you, meron siyang injury, she cannot speak. Okay? Then, one problem with that is that yung elastic, it has decay. When it is exposed to saliva for 2 weeks, bumabagal na under niyan. Meron yung forced decay, slowing down ng force action. Okay? That's the problem with those lingual buttons with e-chain. Now, another way is you place your night tie. Okay? So, you insert a 014 night tie. But the problem is that 4 months na, still, hindi pa nag-rotate ang premolar. Siguro na-try nyo na to. no? You will place a nitai dun sa rotated premolar formas, di pa gumagana. Then what you will do, you will become impatient. Then you will change yung nitai to a more larger size wire. Okay, nitai, what will happen? Okay, so you apply too much force, the bracket pops out. Still, hindi pa rin nag-rotate. Other ways, you place a vertical loop, visual and distal ng premolar. What happens? Okay, 2 time consuming. Pangalawa, it creates side effects. Yung visual and distal tooth, sumasama din yan, umiikot. Kaya kasi meron tayong, di ba, yung laws of physics, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Okay? But if you place these rotating springs, no, it is made from O14SS spring, no, it produces a light continuous force, dire-diretso yan, no. Yung rotated premolar in 2 months, okay na yan. Kasi dire-diretso takbo nito, walang tigil, araw-gabi, niro-rotate niyo yung light continuous force. You just insert this to sa vertical slot ng straight edge bracket, then wait 2 months, tapos na yan. Okay? You try this. This is very effective. Diba? Kesa lalagyan nyo ng liquid dato, nawawala pa yun. Okay? Now, these are the wires that are used sa straight edge technique. These are AJ Wilcock wires. These are made from Australia. This one is the personal favorite of Dr. Macias. It is a premium wire made in USA, and this is the Bowflex wire. Now, my personal favorite is to AJ Wilcock wire. They are very different from sa mga stainless steel wires. Ang difference niya is more tougher and more resilient. Okay? They don't distort easily under forces of mastication. Okay? Kasi yung mga stainless steel na ordinaryo, after 3 weeks, when you remove that, it's already deformed. And when it's deformed, hindi na nakapag-produce ng force yan. But if you use this, even after 45 days, okay pa rin yung arch form niya. It delivers a continuous light force kasi it's not only tough, but it is very springy. Yan nakakaiba dito. Yung springy niya, springy qualities niya, it opens the bite continually. Kaya yung pagka gumamit kayo ng straight edge mechanic, 6 months lang nag-edge to edge na. From a pure overjet, in 6 months to 7 months, edge to edge na yan. Mabilis talaga siya. I'll show you some cases later. Gets? Di ako galit ha? Okay, now next, this is the Google tubes that are used sa straight edge. Now they are different again from the conventional bracket system. It has an O22 by O28 rectangular tube and a round tube which has an internal size of O36. Now this is a very big diameter tube. The one that you're using is an O22. Sa straight wire, there are 2 kinds of slots. No? Yung size slots, it's 18 or 22. Diba? The maximum is O22. It's like this. Now, if you are going to use a round tube, no, imagine this. You compute. If you insert an O16SS dito, masikip yan. O22 minus 16, magiging O06 lang ang clearance niyan. So there will be more friction. Okay? When you insert an O16 in a O36 diameter tube, O36 minus yung diameter ng stainless steel, which is 16, mas malaki, 20 against 6. So there will be more sliding, free sliding ng wire. Now what will be the product of this? Of course, there will be more anterior, faster anterior traction. Kasi maluwag yan. Okay? In opening the bike naman, mas mabilis yan kasi maluwag yan. Diba? It's like this, when you're traveling in a highway. The wider the road, the faster you go to your destination. Pero mas masikip yung kalsada, mas traffic yan. 2 oras na di pa kayo isang kanto. It's like the same yung analogy dito. Okay? So maluwag to. This is the biggest size na pwedeng offer ng tube. Okay? This is not a headgear tube. Kasi doon sa conventional bracket, merong headgear tube yun. You do not use that as a main arch wire. What will happen if you place a main arch wire there, doon sa headgear tube? What will happen? You will move your premolars backally. It will go out of the bone. Lalabas sa bone yun. Kaya huwag kayo magkakamali. Lalabas yun sa bone. Magkakaroon ng fenestration and dehiscence. Okay? You do not insert, if you're using yung conventional bracket system, you do not insert the main archway sa headgear tube. Huwag kayo magkakamali. Malalagas yung premolar. Okay? Okay. Now, these are the ties that we use sa straight edge mechanic. This looks like ordinary ties. These are coated with polymeric material and it significantly reduces yung friction. Okay? Mukha siyang ordinary A-ties, pero hindi. Now, I'll show you articles. Did you know that when you engage a wire dun sa slot with an A-ties, it produces ligating force? Alam niyo yun? It produces ligating force. It produces friction. Okay? So, if yung ligating force na yan, it's 50 to 150 grams. Okay? So, an A-tie, a single elastic module produces 50 to 150 grams. When you use that to engage yung wire doon, ito-produce siya ng friction. Okay? I-explain ko sa inyo to. Okay? Now, gano'ng kabigat siya 150 grams na yan? When you tip a tooth, how much force do you need to tip a tooth? Do you have any idea? Okay, so if you want to tip a tooth, you need at least 30 to 60 grams of force. Ganong kalakas yung 50 grams na yan. It can tip a tooth. Now, if you want to move a tooth bodily, let's say you want your canine to move distally to close a premolar extraction site, how much force do you need to mobilize that canine? To those who are already practicing orthodontics, this is for you. Meron bang ibig sabihin, nagpupul lang kayo ng canine na hindi nyo alam yung force nyo? It's very risky. You might produce foot resorption. Okay, so you should know. So, if you want to move a tooth bodily, you need at least 120 grams up to 150 grams of force. And that is the force that is exerted ng A-ties. Ano yung ibig sabihin nyo? If you place an A-tie, it produces 150 grams of force. No? It's too heavy. It can slow down tooth movement, or worse, it can stop the tooth from moving. Okay? Kaya nagtataka, bakit ang bagal-bagal? Okay, I will illustrate para maintindihan mabuti. Do you know anterior retraction, yung canine retraction? Doon tayo. Canine retraction. Alam niyo yung two-stage anterior retraction? Okay, canine muna. Very good, very good. So, this is the canine. This is the extraction side. This is the premolar. Okay, first premolar. Okay, this is the anteriors. Okay, now you will place an A-tie there, diba? Saka dito sa premolar. Then ito sliding yan, diba? Hahatakin yan, diba? Now, ngayon alam niyo na. This A-ties produces 150 grams of ligating force. Okay? Now, this premolar produces 150 grams of ligating force. Okay? Now, your E-chain, how much force do you place do sa E-chain niyo para mag-attack nito? In order for this canine to move, you need 150 grams of force. Ito na 150 na itong nag-exert niyan. Ito 150 na ngayon yan. Tapos yung E-chain niyo 150 na lang. 300 against 150. Ang bagal ng takbo ng canine nyo ngayon. Gapang yan. Diba? Tama, mali. Oh. So what you will do, you will stretch yung E-chain, yung talagang balat na balat until it almost breaks. Ngayon nyo na maririnig to. Ngayon nyo maririnig to. Hindi nyo maririnig sa iba to. Okay? So you will stretch this hanggang maka 350 grams na yung A-chain nyo, mapuputol na. So, hindi nyo naman may measure eh. Minsan 350, minsan 250 lang, diba? So 300 yan, 350 to. So 50 grams lang ang force ng A-chain ninyo. That's why your canine retraction is too slow. Diba? Diba ito, 150. Ito, kailangan i-stretch yun na malakas yan. Diba? Babalatin nyo ngayon yan. Diba? Okay, naintindihan na. Okay, very good. Okay. Now, this is an article which I got from Medical Journal Orthodontics. Here, in this study, they studied yung ligating force ng different system. So they included yung Damon, yung self-ligating, then yung speed, another self-ligating. They try to measure yung friction that is created to mga ligating system. Okay? So alam niyo naman yung Damon is very expensive, no? Expected yan, walang friction yan. Okay? Mahal yan, di ba? The best yan. Okay? So according to their studies, they want to find out how much friction this creates, that yung American Orthodontics, GAC3, MNTP. So, number one, Damon syempre, kasi it's very expensive, di ba? It produces zero friction, walang friction. Ang galing, di ba? Then, what is surprising, yung slick ng TP. It's second, it produces 0.96 friction only. Then, yung third is yung speed. It is a self-ligating bracket. Nasa third place siya. So, when you use yung super slick, it's like you're using self-ligating bracket. Maganda yung self-ligating na, hindi ko sinisiraan yan. Maganda yan. Ang sinisingit ko lang, if you're using slick, it's like you're using self-ligating bracket. It's only 30 pesos. Okay? Now you know. Now you can move to it much faster. Because when you use this super slick dito, there will be more canine retraction. Okay? Doktora, you email me, I'll give you instruction. Kasi meron pang special procedure dyan para mapabilis ito. Okay? 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 So you try super slick. Okay? It's available only from Finland. Okay? Super slick talaga yan. Mabili niya. Okay? Now let us examine this case. Okay? So this is a class 1 but so this is class 1 bimaxillary protrusion. I borrowed this from one of my friends. So here you can recognize this is a 2-stage anterior retraction. Yung 2-stage anterior retraction, you don't retract the anteriors, yung 6 anteriors all at the same time. So in 2-stage anterior retraction, you move the canine first to close yung premolar extraction site. Okay? And that is to preserve yung anchorage. Very good. Kasi if you're going to use a 1-stage dito, you will retract all anterior 6 all at the same time. There's a big possibility that your molars will move forward. Kaya ang ginagawa ng iba, they retract first the canine. Then later, when this has already closed your extraction site, they retract yung remaining anteriors na yan sa susunod dyan. Okay? In that method, they preserve your anchorage. Okay? Okay? And second, okay, in order for you to treat a case like this, you need a maximum anchorage. The anchorage should be maximum, not moderate, not minimum, but it should be maximum. Anybody knows yung maximum anchorage? Okay, mahiya. Okay lang yun kasi i-explain ko kung hindi nyo alam. Anybody knows yung maximum anchorage? A maximum anchorage means that your molars should not move even a single millimeter. Kasi if it moves, na-close yun na yung space ninyo, there is still overjet. Why? Because most of the spaces were occupied nung posterior tip ninyo. No, it was not 100% occupied nung anteriors nyo kasi nag-loss kayo ng anchorage. Okay, so you need a maximum anchorage. Okay, so this should not move forward. Now, if you're going to use a straight edge mechanic here, okay, let's compute itong case na to. So, those who are already practicing non-straight edge brackets, okay, so yung level alignment ninyo is 3 months. Okay, 3 months. Canyon retraction, ilang months?
For the 6 months, 5 months.
Okay, 4 to 5 months. Now, okay, now the maximum a tooth can move according to studies is 1 millimeter per month only. If you go faster than that, there will be root resorption. Okay, so you're moving the tooth too fast. Maybe you're applying too much pressure. Kasi 1 millimeter per month lang yan. Now, if you're going to use a night-eye spray, the fastest is 1.2 millimeter per month lang dapat ang takbo. Okay? So, ilalagay natin sa normal to prevent yung damage sa structure. So, 6 months. 3 plus 6, this is level alignment, this is anterior canine retraction, 6 months. Now, yung anterior retraction, how long will it take you to retract yung 4 anteriors backward? Siguro 7 millimeters din. Ay, 7 months din. Kasi yung premolar, kasi 7 millimeter yan eh. Yung first premolar is 7 millimeter. So you need to move the canine 7 millimeter. That is 7 months. Okay? Ganun yung karaniwan. Okay? So nagkamali ako. 3 plus 7, that is already 10 months. Okay? Then yung anterior retraction, another 7 months. So that is 17 months. Okay? Kasi nagkikanya retraction, anterior retraction, level alignment. But if you're going to use po yung straight edge mechanic, sabay-sabayan. Level alignment, overbite, overjet, retraction, close, yan, mga tatlong yan. Overbite, level alignment, overjet, all are done at the same time. In 6 months, edge to edge 10 case ninyo. 6 months against 17 months. 17 months non-straight edge bracket. Okay? That's na. Okay. Then, if you're going to retract your anteriors with the class 1, yung class 1 Biomax case, okay, you need a maximum anchorage. Now, this is the one of the way in achieving a maximum anchorage. You need to place a TPA. Okay? TPA. Do you use this, Doktora po? Okay. How about this one? Okay. In school, when we have a case like this, we do not allow the students to retract a canine or the anteriors without this installed. Kasi it's very risky. It will be a treatment failure kasi this will move forward. Sigurado yun. Sigurado yun mag-move yan forward kasi meron tayong laws of physics. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So this will move. While you're attracting this will move forward. There will be residual overjet later sa treatment ninyo. So you need to install this. Okay? Okay? But the problem ito kasi it's made from O36 to O42 stainless steel wire. That's a very big diameter wire. Masakit sa daliri i-bend dyan. Then after that, you need to weld. So magpapaso-paso daliri nyo dyan. You need to weld it here sa mga molar. Okay? Diba? Okay? But if you're going to treat this with a straight edge bracket, you minimize the use of these appliances. You just need to learn the secret bends, okay? The secret techniques, okay? Okay, let's see this case. So this is, we have an edge-to-edge here, okay? So this is class 1 borderline class 3, okay? Lateral view shows that we have a severely visually tilted canine and a class 1 molar, okay? So what is the classification of this canine if it is tilted like that? Anybody? Dental classification po yan. Anybody? Give away na po question po. What is the dental classification of this canine? Class 2 relationship yan. Tama po si ma'am. Okay. Now, my next question is, if you're going to treat this, you place a non-straight edge bracket right away in this malocclusion. You listen kasi you might encounter this case in your practice. Okay? Okay. So, nakakita kayo ng case na ganyan. Sige, lagyan natin ng bracket niyan. Okay? Now, what will happen if you place a bracket there right away? What will be the scenario? What will be the... Anybody? From the back? Ang layo nyo kasi. Roller coaster.
Roller coaster.
Roller coaster. In this side, from the back. Sige na, try nyo. What will happen if you place a non-straighted bracket right away in that situation?
Lalo po siyang mag-initiative, di ba? Nilagyan ng bracket.
Thank you po. Okay. Children, any answer? Try. Ikaw po. What will happen if you place a bracket there? Lahat. Okay, this will happen. Siyempre, lalagay nyo kagad ang bracket dyan para matapos na kagad yung case na yan. Diba? Tapos na yan. Kaya lang, ganito mangyayari dyan, ate. Okay. So, you place your brackets there. Okay? Now, because of the tip that was built into sa bracket slot, yung mga non-straight edge bracket, it will cause more overjet, negative overjet. Lalong magkakaroon ng anterior crossbite dyan. Look at the deflection of the wire. Pipitik yan. Pipitik yan. Tawag namin pipitik yan. And when that happens, the patient will come back to you at sabihin, bakit humaba ang baba? Yan. Pipitik yan. Sigurado yan. Tutulak na mga wire yan. Yan ang mangyayari, sigurado yun, 100%. Okay, now on the upper, if you place a bracket there, non-straight edge bracket, what will happen? Alam nyo na yan, kanina pa ako nagle-lecture. Alam nyo na yan, what will happen? The tooth will follow the deflection of the wire. What will happen? Roller coaster. Very good. Very good. Congratulations. Ang galing ito estudyante ko. Ang galing. So there will be an open bind. Look at the wire deflection. Straight yan, then it will go like that. No? It will open the bite on the upper. Okay? We have lots of cases like this in school. And students there are all problematic kasi they're having a hard time controlling edge to edge kasi they are not using straight edge technique. Okay? It's really hard to control this. Yung iba, hindi mo na nilalagyan ng bracket yan. Yung iba, di ba? Oh, pero the problem with that, Nag-waste kayo ng time. Di ba? Imbis na inaayos nyo na yan, dinidelay nyo paglalagay ng bracket. Di ba? Di ba? O, tama, mali. Okay. So, naubos oras ninyo. Now, if you're going to use a straight edge bracket, will be the situation after 3 months. Here you can see there is acceptable overbite in 3 months. Okay, there are no side effects created. Look at the canine. It's not causing any open bite on the anterior. Look at the overjet. It's not negative, it's positive. And you can achieve this kind of situation. Makakatulog kayo, 3 months yan, ganyan na itsura niyan. Kuha nyo, hindi ang bola. Totoo to, hindi to bola. Okay? Okay? Lateral view. Here you can see the positive overjet in 3 months. I'm not talking about yung bola kasi I just want to show you yung overjet. Okay? Okay? In 3 months. Okay? Then next niya, siyempre, i-close yun yung space. The first strategy, of course, is to achieve a good bite. Yung mag-jump yung bite. No? Tapos magkayaman normal overbite, normal overjet. Okay, yan ang siyempre plano ninyo. Then later, you close the spaces. Okay? Okay. Class 2. Okay? So we have a class 2, class 2, class 2 overjet. Okay? We have a class 2 canine, class 2 class overjet. Okay? Deciduous molar, class 1 molar. Okay? Now, it's easy to achieve this kind of situation. Okay? From a class 2, ganyan na kagad siya. Now, do you know how rapid this appliance produce tooth movement? Alam niyo gano'ng kabilis? Okay? Look at that. It's from a class 2. Now, I'm applying a class 3 traction. The patient only skip 1 month ng appointment niya. Then, tapos bigla kanya na. Pumutok na ng ganyan. That's how fast this appliance moves teeth. Okay? From a class 2, nag-class 3 kagad siya. Just by missing 1 appointment. Look, we have a class 3 canine na. Kanyang kabilis siya. So, the lesson here, you closely monitor your patient. Okay? If you have a situation like this, okay, malapit na mag-edge to edge, you see the patient every 2 weeks. You closely monitor. Kasi mabilis yan. Para mag-class 2, bigla magiging class 3 na yan. In 1 month, nangyayari yun. Okay? Oops. So, in 3 to 4 months, you can achieve yung edge-to-edge against sa non-straight edge bracket. No? From a class 2, mag-level alignment kayo, tapos anterior traction, isang taon na hindi nyo pa na-achieve yung ganyan. But with this appliance, 3 months lang yan, kuha nyo na yan, edge-to-edge na yan. Babantayan nyo nga lamang. Okay, another case. Okay. So, we have an overbite here. Okay. Crossbite, class 2, overjet. Okay. Class 2 canine, severe overjet. Did you know that this patient has a severe overjet of 9 mm? 9 mm po yan. 9 mm. Napakalaki niyan. Okay? Okay. Now, in 1 year, there is no longer any overbite and no overjet. 1 year yan. If you're going to use other bracket system, okay, yung 1 year nyo, nasa canine retraction pa lang kayo. Eh kami patapos na. Pauwi na kami. Kayo papunta pa lang. Okay. Okay. Class 1 molar, class 1 canine, acceptable na lang yung overjet. Acceptable na lang natin. Other side, the secret bend, naked acceptable overjet, class 1 canine, class 1 molar. Minor spaces will be closed yan, madali na rin 1 millimeter in 1 month. I'm just showing you the situation after 1 year lang. Okay? So after nito, finishing na kami. Siguro mga additional 4 to 6 months tapos na kami. Hindi na ito aabot ng 8 months. Okay? So in 1 year, you can achieve this situation from a severe overjet like that in 1 year. Okay. And the best thing about this is that I was able to move the track anteriors, yung mga 9mm overjet, without the use of intraoral anchorages like yung TPA, without the use of screws or implant screws. Here you can see there are no screws there. You can see my molars there. They are clean. It has no welding burns. Walang sunog ng welding yan. Okay? I've totally closed the space. In 1 year lang yan. Tapos na yan. Okay? Siyempre finishing pa. Pero sandali na lang yun. 4 months na lang. Okay? Wala na spaces yan eh. Okay? Okay? 1 year. Okay. So these are other cases. We have a class 2 molar, ectopic canine, class to class. Then we have a class, what classification is this? What is the classification? What is the angle classification? Napakadali niya. Undergrad. Undergrad question. Undergrad question yan. What is the dental classification? Class 2? What is the dental classification? Ito, medyo magkakatagatid lang po. Do you know the classification? Very good. Class 2, Div 2. Okay? Div 2. Galing. Okay. So you remember yung undergrad na niya? Okay. So we have a class 2, Div 2 here. Okay. Then again, we have a ectopic canine and a class 2 molar. Okay. So your straight edge mechanic was done. Okay. Then these are some of the mechanics that are used here. We have a class 2 traction, then an Australian wire was used. Okay, at the same time, okay, this is unique. We use a nightider together with stainless steel wire. Okay, so we level and align, we correct yung overjet and overbite, lahat yan at the same time. That's why mabilis lang yung anterior traction, yung overbite reduction niya. In 6 months, natatapos yung mag-edge to edge na yan. Okay? Okay? Here we have class 2 traction. Okay? Then, finishing, of course, we have an acceptable molar. Acceptable na lang yung canine, midline, then class 1 canine, class 1 molar. Okay? Okay, next case, we have a class 1 molar, ectopic canine. We have what kind of classification again? Pseudo class 2. Pseudo class 3. O, iba naman, ano? What dental classification yan? Dalawa na. Tremors. Ay, napakadali din. Dental classification lang eh. What classification then? So, ano yan? Type 3 yan. Class 1 type 3 yan. Okay, class 1 type 3. Nasa tayo? So all molars were extracted, class 2 traction, the other side we have edge to edge. Then this side we have a class 2 traction with an elastic, with an E-link. Now this is a very different elastic, no? Okay. Have you seen this before? It's not an E-chain. It is an E-link. Okay. It's available in many sizes. We have in E4, 5, and 6. Now, the forces that this create is more controlled than when you are using E-chain. Mas safer ang forces dito kasi controlled dyan. Okay? And also, yung memory ng elastic na yan, mas maganda. Mas matagal bago mag-decay yan sa exposure ng saliva. Okay? That's why, continuous ang force niya na close kagad yung mga spaces. Okay? So that is called an E-link. It's only available from Pilden. Okay? So we have the 4 molar extraction there. Okay? Then, we have now, this is before yung finishing, before in the bonding stage, no? We are in the finishing stage. We have the class 1 molar, class 1 canine. We have a good midline. It's coincident. Okay? It's on. Parehas siyang pantay. Okay. Then we have an acceptable overbite, acceptable overjet. We have a class 1 canine, class 1 molar. Okay. So as you can see, it can produce acceptable result. Kaya miss ang ganda nga. Now this is one of my favorites. Okay. We have a diastema here. Okay. Now from that situation to this situation, it's easy to achieve. You can achieve this situation in 6 to 9 months. Okay? Look at the midline. There's a discrepancy there. No? Now, to those who are practicing conventional bracket system, you know, no, na it's really hard to correct yung midline, to make it then coincident. Napakahirap niyan. But if you use this technique, no, sometimes it's automatic na. And I will tell you the secret, maybe in the future. Secret always impresses everybody. It's very automatic yan, if you know the secret. I didn't do any special mechanic to treat your midline. If you know only the principle, the secret, hindi nyo na isipin paano pa i-correct yan. Okay? So you can achieve this situation in 6 to 9 months. Okay? About the overjet. Okay? There is a severe overjet here. Tuwa-tuwa magulang sa akin ito nung punta sa akin. Matapos kung gawin ganyan yan. Okay? Sandali lang yan. Okay? So you can achieve this situation in 6 to 8 months. Severe overjet like that. To this situation, in 6 months, kaya kong gawin yan. Okay? Pero kaya nyo rin gawin yun. Pero siyempre, baguhan lang kayo, may allowance. Minsan 9 months. Pero mas mabilis naman yan kaysa dito. 17 months na, hindi pa tapos. Okay? So, another thing, it's easy to use the anterior as anchorage. You know what anterior anchorage means? It's easy to use the anterior tip as anchorage. So, it's like this. No? From a severe overjet like that, siyempre, the profile of the patient is convex. Convex. Okay? Now, you retract your anteriors to make the profile flatter. Para ma-flatten yan, di ba? Now, okay. Then, after retraction, mga 6 months, then you decided na okay na yung profile ng patient. And you want to stop the anteriors from moving back. No? You want to stop their movement. Tama na. Do not distalize anymore. Okay? Okay? In other system, no, it's hard to use yung anterior anchorage. But with this system, you can just stop that anterior from moving backward, if you know the secret, no? And start these two posterior teeth from moving forward to occupy this extraction space. Okay? You can easily do that with this appliance without the use of temporary devices or transpondal bars. Okay? Kasi if you're going to use po yung non-straight edge bracket, you need this. Sinabi niyo na ayaw ng pagalawin to. Okay? Kailangan maglagay kayo nito. You have to place screws there to prevent yung further distalization ng anteriors. Kasi if you don't do this sa mga non-straight edge bracket, there will be negative overjet. Magiging class 3 patient nyo. But with this appliance, this technique, you don't need this. Okay? You can just simply make a mechanic, stop this from retracting, and start mobilizing this posterior teeth. Okay? I know it looks like impossible, but this is straight edge. Okay? So, again, here you can see, no? There is no extraction space left. Okay? You can see my anteriors there, no? It's edge to edge. Okay? Now, it's good, no? It's acceptable kasi for overcorrection. Kasi minsan nag-relapse, di ba? Even if it relapse, magkaroon ng overbite of 1 millimeter, normal pa rin yun. Okay? Okay? So, in that situation, you can achieve in 12 months. Okay? Then after that, finishing nakabit kayo, lalagay nyo lang rectangular wire. Actually, rectangular wire na ito eh. Okay? Then matatapos na yun. In 3 months, tapos na kayo sa cases nyo. Okay? Okay. Now, yung simplified straight wire or straight edge has 4 phases. But you know, I just do it in 3 stages. Okay? But yung kay Dr. Misia, it's 4 phases. Pwede din naman yun. Pwede din naman 3 phases lang. No? Pero kasi ito mas madali. Kasi ang pagkakaiba niya, in phase 1, okay, so you level that, you start with yung 19-0. Okay, you level and align. Okay, yung iba yung mga beginners. Okay, you can do this with level alignment, you place yung nighttime nyo. Okay, the next stage, you use a stainless steel wire there, tapos class 2 traction, okay? Then you do the overjet and overbite correction at the same time. So it produces less treatment time. Mas mabilis yan. Kasi yung overbite, yung overjet, yung parehas yun ang ginagamot. Unlike dito sa ating non-straight edge, matagal yan. Canine traction muna, tapos anterior traction, tapos level alignment, iba-ibang stage yan. Okay? Okay, next. So, phase 3, okay, it is the closing of spaces, okay? We use yung ellipse, okay? Then, phase 4, yan na yun, okay, finishing, okay? Now, the rest of the photos will be shown to you. There's some modules that we are going to interact. Just if you enroll in some modules, okay? So here you can see, no, even if it has a class 2 molar, we have a class 1 canine. And that is what matters, no? It doesn't matter if you have a class 2 molar as long as you have a class 1 canine. Okay na yun. Okay? For canine guidance. Okay? Then we have a acceptable overjet. Okay. Now, you've seen what this appliance can do. You've seen that it can produce good result. Now, removing teeth very rapidly. Ano nangyayari doon sa mga underlying tissues? Does it damage the underlying tissues like yung roots? Kasi we're moving teeth at a very fast rate. Okay? Does it damage? Let's see. So this is one of my cases. This patient consulted me November 2012. Last year lang yan. Okay? So, let's try to examine here. We have a very proclined upper and lower incisor. I'm not going to show you ibang parameters kasi ang dami yan eh. So ito lang muna. Okay. So we have a proclined upper and lower incisors. Then we have a very, very thin alveolar bone plate. Wala nang alveolar bone plate siya. Ang nipis masyado kasi it's too proclined. Okay? Now, all 32 teeth are present. As you can see here, the third molar spot. Okay? Let's magnify. Okay. Here you can see all 4 premolars are present. Okay. Now my strategy there is to remove 4 premolars. Okay? So premolars were removed. And one thing more. I want you to notice that there are no detectable root disruption there. Okay? Walang root disruption yan. Okay? All apex are in normal shape. Okay? Okay. Now, all 4 premolars were extracted. There. You can even see yung socket. A premolar was removed each doon sa quadrant na yan. Okay? Okay? Now, does this appliance produce root disruption? Kasi we're moving it very fast. Let's try to analyze. Okay? Here you can see there are no root disruption. They are still pointed. Okay? There are no irregularities sa apex ng roots. Okay? Okay? Agree? Do you agree, Doc? Oh, thank you po. Okay. So there are no irregularities dyan. Okay. Okay? So this proves na even if it moves, yung tip very rapidly, it does not produce any root disruption. Now, let's take a look at the date. So, the patient consulted year 2012, November. I placed the bracket December 2012. Look at the date. Verify this. Ito ba pinapokus yung mga yan. Okay? So in 5 months, look at the extraction spaces. I just want to show you that this appliance does not only move teeth rapidly, but it moves teeth very safely. In 5 months, pera na kagad yan. Kung kumikita kayo sa non-straight edge bracket ninyo na inaabot kayo ng 3 taon, ito, 5 taon, mas kikita kayo dito. Tandaan yung sinabi ko, mas kikita kayo dito. In 5 months, look at that. My extraction spaces are almost closed. Pera na yan nakikita ko dyan. Okay? Okay? Oh, para walang pagtatalo, minimal resorption. Pero wala kayong nakikita dyan na resorption. Malinis na malinis yan. Okay? In 5 months, imagine this. In 5 months, you're already dun sa finishing stage na. In 1 year, pwede na kayo matapos. Peperahin nyo na kagad yan. Kikita kayo dito. Okay? Hindi nyo kailangan mag-check sa 2 taon na mag-brace pa. Ubus na yung binayad na pasyente, hindi nyo patapos pagkambutin yung pasyente ninyo. Diba? Minsan tinatabad na nga ako, ayaw ko na makakita yung pasyente pagka gano'n. Diba? But if you use this technique, expect mo yan, faster closure ng extraction space. Okay, let's have a break and all.